Game of life. And in a game, you win some, you lose some. That don't mean a game. It's over. The hell's on my trail. Yeah, life is on my tail. 4 quarters on the clock.
Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Tizzy. Splash X Man.
Woke up this morning on the grind for good reason. They said you a dream, I'm just telling you the season. Life is a game, and the field is never clean. Gotta read the defense, see what's behind the screen. Goal line is your purpose. Gotta keep your head straight. But the opposition's heavy, testing your will, testing your faith. Life is undefeated, a champion is true. But the question is, what you gonna do? The hell's on my tail. Yeah, life is on my tail. 4 quarters on the clock. And I will not be stopped. I'll see you when the red's on. Just about to score. Then you get inside, the horse knocks at your door. That's a fumble. Lost your job to the scheme.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're back as promised. 2 nights in a row. Hit the thumbs up button on the way in, please. I appreciate it. Hello, Regina Michelle.
When that last play's over, you gotta let that failure go. You can't let that fumble live inside your head. Now you look ahead. So get up yourself. Tighten up that stress.
Appreciate you, Marcus Mitchell. Welcome, everybody. Good evening. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I'm going to see which way this is going to go. Give a few more time to come in and hit that thumbs up, please.
Yeah. Sunrise on the asphalt, wake station call, world in my mirror like the gray I fall. You see me on the screen, taking over, man. Pixels ain't a mile.
Do that again. I like that. I like that. First, anybody that's coming on here, I see you, Shaquille. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got to see your face. Too many haters. I got to see your face. Okay, you good. You'll be first up. Give me a minute. Come on, y'all. Let's go. We ready to go. We ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Again, you ain't have to be here, but here you are. Yeah. Appreciate you. Check the bass up. Feel that? That's right. Yeah. Scat can hear kitty kitty. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Sunrise on the asphalt. I think we good. I think we good. I think we good. We got Shaquille. Nate, I'm gonna let you tell me your last name when I bring you up. I don't want to butcher your name. Let me drop the link a few more times. I want to get y'all in here early tonight because I ain't gonna be up all night long. And then again, I say that all the time. If y'all wasn't here last night, we're gonna talk about spiritual matters because it's a spiritual warfare, I believe. It's deeper than what the eye can see. I believe it's like I said, spiritual warfare. Let me go to this right here. Hold on. Damn commercials, y'all.
President has given Iran a deadline of tomorrow night. President Trump has given Iran a deadline of tomorrow night to reach a deal.
Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House, where the president held a news conference this afternoon.
The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
President Trump emphasized the new deadline.
This is how we gonna start it off. We're coming out with the fastball. I told y'all we could end this war in one day. That we have weapons that the rest of the world haven't heard of yet. Not just nukes. We don't have to have nukes. There's a reason why you have Russia, China, and those other countries that hate us with a passion. There's a reason why they haven't joined together and taken us out. It ain't called they love us. It ain't out of none of that. They don't want to do the wrong thing. The rest of the world hates America, right? So why won't they attack us? Because they know if pushed against the wall, we have weapons that they ain't even imagined yet. That magnetic EMP, whatever you call that shit, just that weapon alone can wipe out Iran. Don't need no nukes. Don't need no bombs. I believe they're holding back. And the reason I said we can't win this war, when I do say that, because the liberal, the American people ain't built like that. War is brutal. War is, yeah, that's it, the electromagnetic pulse. That weapon alone can wipe out Iran without having to drop a bomb. But I don't think they really want to show, or we, America, whoever, want to show their hand exactly what we got, unless it's absolutely necessary. And we don't have to drop a nuclear bomb. As he said, we can wipe them out in one night. One day, wipe out the whole country. He tried to take into consideration the people over there that don't like the government. Like you got people in America that, like our government, we the people are separate from our government. Our government is doing stuff that a lot of us don't agree with as the people. The government don't represent the people. So that's the same thing in Iran right now. There's a lot of people that don't agree with their government. So in an attempt to spare those people, we're not bringing out everything we got to where we can go and tear their ass out the frame in one day. And the rest of the countries know that we can. That's why they want to attack us. If we ain't spent money, you know we don't spend money on the people, American citizens. You know that. So all the money we've been spending over the last few decades has been on the military, has been on weapons, has been on war. So, let me repeat this before we get deep off into it. Hold on, this is what we're going to start it out with.
President Trump has given Iran a deadline of tomorrow night to reach a deal.
Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House, where the president held a news conference this afternoon.
The entire country could be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
President Trump emphasized the new deadline he set for Iran, threatening to destroy bridges and power plants if a deal is not reached by Tuesday night.
We have to have a deal that's acceptable to me. And part of that deal is going to be we want free traffic of oil.
The president claiming Iranian civilians want the U.S. operation to continue.
We've had numerous intercepts. Please keep bombing. All I can tell you is they want freedom.
Iran's regime on Monday formally rejected the Trump administration's 15-point peace plan. Pakistan, acting as a mediator, presented the U.S. and Iran with a ceasefire proposal. The White House has said it's one of many ideas.
As the administration weighs next steps, CBS News is learning new details about the daring operation to rescue the crew aboard the F-15 shot down over Iran on Friday.
They were high-risk, high-stakes missions conducted in the heart of enemy territory. This was not just barely into Iran, this was deep into Iran.
As the injured weapons system officer hid in the crevice of a mountain, the Pentagon says it surged more than 150 aircraft, and special operations launched a campaign to confuse Iranian militias on the ground.
CIA executed a deception campaign to confuse the Iranians, who were desperately hunting for our airmen.
Navy SEALs recovered the airman and flew him to safety Sunday morning. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Now, some say, like right here, the third or fourth deadline. Either the third or either the fourth. He made, like I said, he made a deadline a couple of weeks ago. Do y'all think he's bluffing this time? Do y'all think he's bluffing? Let me, you ready, Shaquille? Let me see. Good evening, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There you go, there you go. How you doing?
Yeah, I hear you.
How do you pronounce your name?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good.
Do we have a delay?
It's
Shaquille
Shaquille Nagy.
Okay. It must be a delay.
Yeah.
How are you listening?
Oh shit. Now I can't hear you.
Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Can you hear me now? I think we have a delay going on here. Let me see if it's... Your mic not muted. Do you have the mic muted on your end? Can y'all hear me? In the chat, can you hear me?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if it's me or if it's you. So y'all can hear me. So that's on your end. Something going on with your microphone. All right, y'all. Let me drop this link a few more times. If you want to get on, click that link right there. It'll tell you what to do. If you're not familiar with it, you don't have to call. You just click on that link. Hello, your bestie. One more time. So now, say for instance, he's not bluffing. Is that a good idea or a bad? Should we just leave it alone or do what he say if they don't? Because they're not going to back down. I don't believe it. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win. But I don't really like basketball. I'm all football. I can't stand basketball. Even though I'm tall, I like football. Basketball, I always hated. So now, and I read some forecasts, some predictions that if he bomb them tomorrow night, if they don't reach a deal about tomorrow night, by the end of the week, gas will be $10 a gallon. That's what I heard. That's what they call a scuttlebutt. That's the word on the streets. That if they don't reach a deal by tomorrow night, hold on, the gas going to be bumping up around $10 a gallon. Average. And let me explain to y'all, for those who don't know or not sure, how the gas and the oil, how it's really getting expensive. I'm going to tell y'all what's really controlling the price of oil, which in turn controls the price of gas. Have y'all ever heard of speculators? The Wall Street motherfuckers. Speculators. And what happens is, say for instance, when you have a hurricane about to hit in our area, the gas will jump up before the hurricane even hit. We noticed some a few years ago in my area with hurricane season. Gas will jump up before the hurricane even hit. The price of gas will jump. Because the speculator is saying what might happen. Forecasting, that's it. Speculators, forecasters, what have you, they manipulate the price. This might happen. What if this happened? This could happen. Ain't none of that happened yet. They just saying what could happen, and they raise the price. Ain't nothing happened. And they get richer. That's a lot of what we're dealing with right now. I can understand if there's an oil shortage. There is no oil shortage. You got oil all over this son of a bitch. We just hit Venezuela. Stole it off. See, let me see something. Some people really believe it. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this comment up here. My president, Miss Easter Willie, said, Wiley, where are we? Right here. If it wasn't for Trump, we wouldn't be in this mess. It never would have happened if Trump wasn't the president. Because he really is the one running the show. There's nobody else running things. It ain't the little hat folks we be talking about, it's Trump. Some people still believe that. And it's okay, Miss Easter Wiley, if you believe that Trump is the one and that this wouldn't be going on if it wasn't for Trump. Have y'all noticed something? The Democrats putting up that show like they are against this. You remember they were screaming and hollering not too long ago, this war is illegal. He's violating the Constitution. Do y'all remember? The Constitution. He just don't care nothing about the Constitution. Y'all remember the Democrats? What, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago? You notice you don't hear from them no more screaming and hollering about this war is illegal. Where they went? Is it just me? Can somebody help me? When the last time you heard Jasmine Crockett or any of them screaming about this war is illegal and that damn Trump and this war and he violated the Constitution? Anybody been hearing that lately from the Democrats? Since it's just Trump, it's mad. As if they ain't all in on it, is what I'm trying to tell you. All that is a show. It's a big old act. The Democrats acting like they're in AIPAC's pocket too. Jasmine Crockett not in office anymore. Is that true? Let me see if you're telling the truth. He said Jasmine Crockett, you might be a Jasmine Crockett fan. Jasmine Crockett not in office anymore. I don't know if she may be. Is Jasmine Crockett still in office? Is Jasmine Crockett still in office?
Yes, Jasmine Crockett is still in office. She is the U.S. representative for Texas's 30th congressional district, serving her second term, and is on the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees.
What? So either Google line or you. So she lost for the Senate. She was running for Senate to be a senator of Texas. She lost to that Democrat when she said they cheated, they stole it. But she's still in the House of Representatives or whatever what she was before that. That ain't over with yet. I have receipts. When you challenge me, just make sure you're right, because I'm going to put you on front. So I'm going to do that again, because you challenged me in front of all my people. Is Jasmine Crockett still in office?
Yes, Jasmine Crockett is currently serving as the U.S. representative for Texas's 30th congressional district. She has been in office since 2023 and is actively serving in the 119th Congress, even though she ran for the Senate in 2026.
She ran for Senate. That's what she lost. And once her term is up this time, she won't have a district. But as of right now, she's still in office, and you don't hear from her no more. When the last time anybody heard? You remember how she was plastered all over the news? Trump's a racist. Trump this, Trump that. What happened? Yeah, she lost the Senate race, but she still is in the House. She's still over some committee. So she's still in a position to be calling Trump racist. And she was the loudest not long ago talking about how this war is illegal. Out of all the Democrats, she was the loudest. This war is illegal. He's violating the Constitution. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer. You don't hear none of them no more. Why? Because the ones that run the show told them to shut the hell up. Anybody want to dispute that? The people who you mad at Trump, but the people who really run the show told the other people on the payroll, the Democrats, all right, enough speaking out against the war. Shut up. You gotta act over. So, just something to put on your mind before you challenge me, at least have your ducks in a row. So now, this war is supposed to be illegal. Well, a week, 2 weeks ago, he asked for $200 billion. If they wanted the war to be over with, all they had to do was no money. No money. They keep crying about he won't fund Medicare, he won't fund Medicaid. They won't do this, they ain't got money for the poor. But yet when he asked for more money for the war, guess what they did? They gave it to him. Am I lying? Anybody want to dispute what I'm saying? Since y'all think the two parties are different, those y'all out there that still think it's two different parties, that don't understand that we are in a spiritual battle, in a, what's the word? What's that? We battle not against what? Flesh and blood. This ain't got nothing to do with no Democrat, no Republican. It's about the agenda. Whose side are you on? Whose team are you on? It ain't got nothing to do with America no more. Trump, Biden, Kamala, none of them people. Ain't nobody putting up no fight against this war. No, but us, we the only ones still talking north for however long I can, I don't know. But we battle not against Trump and white supremacy. And if you still sitting here after all this time, all this information, they got another way, like I just did, you can Google something and it'll talk to you in case you can't read. If you can't read, Google talks to you now. Ain't that a bitch? So you ain't got no excuse for not knowing. And we gonna get on, the truth need to come out as far as this religious stuff. I told y'all last night, let me drop this link again. Kanye West. Do y'all see what happened with Kanye West? And Fannie Willis. I'm glad you said something about her. You see what's happening to her? You see how they do your black folks when they through using you? Fannie Willis, the one who supposedly prosecuted Trump. Both of them, Fannie Willis and Letitia James, who do they use as their attack dog? What do those two people have in common? Fannie Willis, Letitia James. What do they have in common? Two black women. Now that is over, the little game they were playing over with, Fannie Willis in trouble. Anybody coming to her rescue? You don't play with them people. If you just regular folks like us, you can't play with them people if you ain't part of the team. If you ain't part of the program, you cannot. They trying to stop stuff. You got some individual people, say like Fannie Willis. People that are, she's on a local level, right? You ever see those cop movies? Those movies where the police force be crooked, and you might, out of all the crooked cops, you might have 2 or 3 of them that still, you know, do the right thing, at least trying to. Those cops and robbers movies, where you have the whole department is crooked, except for maybe 2 cops. And the rest of the crooked cops trying to tell the 2 good cops, chill out. But the 2 good cops won't listen. So what's been happening to Fannie Willis, she was what I would call the good cop. And she seen the bullshit that's going on with Trump, the government, the system. She's trying to bring it down. They told her to sit down. No, I'm going by the law. I was sworn to uphold the law. And now, look what's happening to her. They told her to shut up, leave it alone. She went rogue. She broke the system. Fannie Willis, Letitia James, them 2 black women, those are 2 women that probably think the system is still by the book. She was trying to abide by the law, not knowing ain't no law. Exactly. Fannie Willis is a black woman who thought she was doing the right thing. And when they told her to back off, she wouldn't listen. It ain't Trump you don't cross, she crossed the system, which Trump is in place doing their bidding. So her trying to bring Trump down, she was about to bring the plan down. You can't touch Trump. Once they let them shots go off and they let him know we can touch you, because this ain't the same Trump we had last administration. I'm seeing that now. This ain't the same Trump. And what I believe happened, though y'all say it was fake, when they put them shots at him, they let him know, hey, you're going to either do what the hell we tell you to do, or we just showed you we can touch you at a time. So now Trump is in the bag. I ain't talking about finances. I'm talking about carrying out the mission. Trump was America first. I've heard many other Trump supporters that say this ain't the same Trump we had the last time he was in office. This ain't the same guy. I've talked to other supporters like myself and say, hold up now. This ain't the same Trump. I think they done got to him. Trump don't want to take over a damn thing. Trump trying to stay alive. That's what Trump trying to do. Trump doing the same thing one else to do. When they come tell you, see the way we could have got you? You got your son, your wife, your children. We can touch any one of y'all anytime we feel like it. What would you do if they came to you and made that proposition? See, some of y'all still don't get it. Let me see, I got Mr. Lister and Adam. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
What's up, my brother?
Wow,
How's it going?
What I got? Look at that. Ain't that neat?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I can see it. What's up, Adam? I like the shades. I like the shades, man. I like the shades.
Yeah,
it's reflected on my laptop.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Is Trump running things?
No. The world puppet master is running things.
We're going to vote on it. We got 3 people on the panel. I vote Trump ain't running shit. What about you, Adam?
Nope.
Adam says no. That's 2. What you say?
No.
No. Who in the chat? We just got 3 panel members said Trump ain't running shit. Another question. If Kamala would have been placed there, would we not be in a situation now if she was president?
Same
Yep.
situation. Same. Don't matter who, no matter who in there.
So what you telling me is, they're still saying, they still keep talking Trump. Israel owns Trump. Trump this, Trump that. Some people, man, ain't no telling, ain't nothing you can tell them.
You don't look at what saying Israel owns America. How you have to look at it is who owns Israel, who owns the world.
Who owns the world? Somebody owns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
World
That's
banks.
a fact. World Banks, the Trilateral Commission, BlackRock.
I done got to a point where I got to be patient, though. I'm trying to be patient. People, because I got a platform. So I got to understand that because at one time I wasn't here.
Yes,
where
sir.
I am with it. At one time I believed in voting the last election. So sometimes I get frustrated about people who still don't get it, but then I got to realize I just didn't get it not long ago. So I'm trying to be understanding. But I need y'all to listen. The president ain't running that. Can y'all please stop talking about Trump as far as him running shit? The man wants to stay alive. What would you do, mister, if they came to you with that proposition?
I'm playing ball. I'm playing ball.
You saw Trump last term, right? Before,
Yes, sir. 2016.
Do he seem the same to you?
No,
No.
I think they switched them out, to be honest.
So you think he a clone?
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
Trump's
a clone and they scared the hell out of him. This ain't the same dude, man.
Yeah, I think they swear. That's just me personally.
I don't think Trump's a clone, but I've seen a big change in him after he got nicked in the ear.
They nicked him in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was able to climb up. Folk were pointing at him, climbing on the building and say, hey, look.
That's right.
Folk in the cop were like, what you talking about?
That's right.
People, they ain't showing all that. You can see a few videos where that happened. When they sitting there pointing, people were pointing them out. Look.
Right.
Dude that climb up on the building where the cop was at.
And what I can say that proves my theory about him changing after getting it nicked in the ear. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. Might not agree with him, but they unalived him.
And a lot of times nowadays, when people tell the truth, what do? They label you as crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who been talking the most about what happened to Charlie Kirk and they labeling her crazy? Candace Owens. They saying Candace Owens is crazy because she's saying the little act. You know the people.
Oh yeah.
But I ain't saying that the people ain't heard her say. She's saying somebody else had him took out because he was starting to speak out again. You know.
The term I use for them is I call them puppet masters.
So that way
that way people can decide what that means to them without me saying words that could possibly affect this live stream or your channel.
Is Kanye crazy?
No. No. And this is what this is what I mean by cloning, because there are several techniques in cloning. You have MK Ultra, which is a mind control clone, and then you have the actual physically where you go to the cloning center and they transfer your consciousness from your old body to your new body. They got cloning centers all over the world. This is a fact. So there are many methods to cloning. It's not just switching a body out, and they got something called spirit cooking where now, and it's in the Epstein files, where there are people who are walking as other people, but their consciousness is somebody else. So it may look like Jamie Foxx or it may look like this person, but their consciousness is
Jim
somebody else.
Carrey, Jim Carrey, for example.
hmm So there's different ways of cloning.
I'm not sure how. I know that like
Hold on. Everything you just said, somebody who ain't hip to that might say, man, hey, come on.
Yeah.
Check this out. Cloning facility.
There you go. See, you about to get in trouble.
Facility
You
could be
about
a technology center for genetic work or a fictional location. Real facilities, like those in Russia and India, offer services such as DNA work and cell banking. In fiction, they are often used for creating clones, as seen in games and sci-fi.
So basically what you just heard, like just verifying what he just said, you have cloning facilities
That's right.
all around the world where they're making clones.
That's right.
I think I knew that. I didn't know what you just said.
Honestly, I don't know if they have the advanced technology to do that exactly now. I'm sure they have processes where they working
Yeah,
at it.
they've been doing this since the 50s and 60s.
And that's the way they want it. They want you to not know and not
Yeah.
believe.
And that's going to get to 2 points I want to make. DARPA. DARPA is the organization in the American government. What does it do? It produces technology, that advanced technology. Most of it is 20 to 30 years more advanced than what the average public person sees. If they use that technology, it's in the special forces and black ops.
Oh yeah, military.
You will not see it. And if you notice,
check this out. Right quick. I'm gonna come right back to you. My bad. Before I forget.
Oh yeah.
The technology that you saying they might not have right now. They probably had a couple of 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is this: pyramids. How do you think they built pyramids them thousands of years ago and we can't do it now? Who gave them the technology and the information?
Well, first of all, the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. If you look at advanced civilizations.
Okay, so that's what's going to cloning now.
And now, whether the advanced civilizations were civilizations of the past that were destroyed by catastrophe or wars or whatever, we can't really say. Now, the question is, if a severe, like a world flood or a world-ending meteorite hits the world, what is it going to do? It would destroy and erase a civilization within a day. It wouldn't be nothing but dust. Most places would be covered with hundreds of feet of soil and debris above it. And oceans, like the flood, they found in civilizations 400 or 500 feet under the water that they never explored. So I should say answers lie within the desert, because only about 2% of the deserts have been explored. Certain jungles, like the Maya temples, the Aztec temples, for example, in those jungles, they had done that LiDAR scanning with those drones and found out that it's a vast civilization. Also, we haven't explored our oceans.
That's why I asked you that question, though. As far as about the pyramids, who taught them how to make pyramids? But yet you think today we don't have the technology to make clones. But somehow they had the technology to make pyramids way back then. But here we are today in our day and time. You think we don't have the technology to make a clone? But they made pyramids?
They talk in ancient texts and older civilizations of reincarnation and cloning back then.
Right. So I'm just saying, you just said that you don't think we have that right now. And I'm saying, yes, we do.
I'm not saying either way. I don't want to get shot.
I feel you. I feel you.
Let me see if I can bring Miss Andrea up. Let me see if I can. I don't know if it's going to. Hold on. Let me see if it's going to be like this.
But let me get real quick back to the other thing goes on. Going to say, you notice after World War II, after a certain event happened where it was supposed to be a crash site, right after that, that's when things start really changing for the world.
Did you hear something about?
They say there was a balloon.
Did you hear about Hitler going to what that is up there? They won't let people go. Well, our ice.
Yeah, Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Wasn't that a movie? Was it Raiders
It's
of the Lost?
called Project Bluebeam.
And what was that about?
It's about Antarctica was supposedly had a secret Nazi base in Antarctica, and United States. They summoned some type of captain in the Navy to go explore it and check it out. It was like 1946, February 21st, 1946. So anyway, so when they got there, one of the pilots, he actually flew.
He was an admiral.
Yeah, an admiral. That's right. He flew his plane over there to check it out, only to see that he lost control of his plane and something else was flying his plane. And he noticed that the weather changed. It started to get hot. And when he looked down, he saw shit like woolly mammoths and shit running around, like uninhabited whatever. And this is all documented. But when he made it back after he met some Nazis, but they told him that they were an alien race called the Aryan race, and they gave him some specific instructions to tell us. So when he was able to get back, United States, they interviewed him, and they said they classified all of his stuff and said he could never speak of it again. And so on his dying bed, he gave a diary to his son, and his son re-released it. So everything you're saying, that's a fact. It actually happened.
Yeah, I ain't
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
I told you I've been holding a lot of stuff for years that I couldn't talk to other people about because they're labeling me crazy.
The other term for those people that he met is called the tall whites.
Yeah.
Now
And that's where, yeah.
Now, before we go any further, good evening, Miss Andrea.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Empress.
Everyone.
There's that smile again.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I am blessed. I am so blessed. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for joining us.
Good. Thank you for having me.
You kept your word.
Yes, absolutely.
And I kept mine.
Yes, you did.
See, if you look at civilizations from the past, a lot of them have very similar stories, have very similar technologies. So what does that say to me? They had contact with each other, or it was a universal system that was throughout the world. So what does that lead to? That leads to believing in Atlantis, Lemuria, and the continent of Moon. Or Mu.
And so, from astrology, I learned all cycles repeat. They have some different variances and different little nuances in there, but
it's a 26,000 year cycle.
Yeah, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Absolutely, right.
What exactly is a CERN? That word right there. You know anything about that?
Yeah, CERN.
Yeah, what is that? You know?
Yes, I do. It's in Switzerland. It's a collider. They're trying to create the Big Bang Theory again. So what they do, they got I think it's a 217 mile some type of apparatus drill that they built that are colliding atoms together constantly every day, trying to recreate creation.
In simple terms, what they're trying to create for people to understand, they call it the God atom.
Yeah,
The
which
atom
is
that is the creation of all.
yeah, the Big
But
Bang
that's
Theory. They're trying to
already
they're
Yeah.
trying to do it again.
happening. That's already happening without man. But we are in the era of a mad scientist trying to recreate stuff that's
We don't
already
need to be doing.
missing. Yeah.
I say it won't be too long before they create their AI version of the Antichrist.
There's so much stuff happening
Too much.
that we thought was fake. You know, watching movies. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have time machines.
Oh, they do.
Got
Yeah.
and
That's
They
weather
say
it's
machines
called
and
a Mandela. Look up the Mandela effect.
also they say the Vatican has in the Vatican archives they have like this thing that's called like a remote viewer where they can look at past events that happened in earlier
well,
civilizations. They
and
even said that
astrology
they
does
said
that.
they even watched Jesus' crucifixion.
Somebody said, why would the Antichrist be AI?
Okay, and what is the Antichrist? What is that?
You know, the
No, I
Antichrist.
don't.
Yeah,
Now, you
it's an
heard about
operation
Antichrist
called
before, right?
Project
You all heard that.
Black
What you
Book.
think the Antichrist is?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Anti means no to me, and
That's right.
Christ, I'm not sure what that really. I mean,
Antichrist, the destroyer of all creation.
okay.
As far as when people talk about the Bible, you know,
Right.
what is in the Bible.
Yeah. They try to make it a man versus something that's higher. Meaning when you think of anti, is usually either against or
Right.
opposite, the opposition.
Exactly.
So
That's what
I like to think of it as like Christ being more of a consciousness. So anything that opposes the Jesus Christ, if we're talking
Okay.
about the Bible.
Okay. Okay.
Same like Horus and Jesus still finds its.
I'm looking up this video. I want to talk about Horus.
Talking about the Eye of Horus.
Horus and Jesus.
You mean
Same
the
person.
Ra?
Same story.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Ready and already know.
In Bethlehem.
Come on.
But what if the story of Jesus didn't start in Bethlehem, but in ancient Egypt, thousands of years before the New Testament was even written? What if this isn't just a wild theory, but a hidden code that has echoed through mythology and the Bible alike, right in front of us all this time? This isn't about denying Jesus. It's about seeing Jesus more deeply. The story of Horus, the solar child of Isis and Osiris,
That's right.
mirrors the life of Jesus with uncanny precision. Virgin birth, a guiding star, death and resurrection, battles against darkness. Is it a coincidence? Or is it a divine pattern repeating across time, whispering one eternal truth? Religious institutions have long warned us not to compare sacred stories with ancient myths. But why? What are they protecting? And what could we awaken to if we dared to look beyond the surface? The real danger was never in mythology. It was in what mythology might reveal about us. In this video, you'll explore the untold connection between Jesus and Horus and discover the hidden code that unites the deepest parts of the Bible and mythology. And if you're brave enough to see through the veil, what you find could change the way you see history and your own soul forever. They say
I did a whole video about this.
On your channel?
On my channel, yes, sir.
Your channel called what?
Mr. Lister.
Mr. Lister on YouTube.
That's right.
Y'all hear the knowledge the man dropping.
Many of the stories you see in the Bible, you can look back in ancient civilizations that tells those stories that are very similar. and they were there way before the Bible was ever created. The only thing that changes is whether they are beings from the sky, come from the water, or come from the heavens. And now they say heavens and God and Jesus and all that, but the stories end up. Another perfect example, other than Horus, is Gilgamesh from the Sumerian text. That's
Right.
basically the story of Noah,
Right.
Noah in the Great Flood.
Right.
And there's other civilizations that have their own variant story of the flood, and they have a different name for that person.
Yeah.
But
I'm
they're
looking
all
at this
basically the
comment though.
story of Noah.
Check that out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy. Ain't nobody deceived. Like, why do we gotta be deceived when we're talking about history?
like
Where where
prove
where where does
facts.
the deception come in at? That's so short-sighted. That's a short-sighted message you just put. Like, we can't talk about something that predates Christianity, so now we being deceived, right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Because
Just
that's
look
the
at
religious doctrine. You've been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
just
You have to remember a lot of the collective or one dimension. People get stuck there. The people that are on this panel are ascended somewhat, so you have extra knowledge that the rest of the public don't have.
But they got
like
access to it though. They choose they don't wanna know. Like Big War said, when you indoctrinated, you will defend that thing to the end, despite the truth.
Those of y'all who want to know his channel, how to spell it, that's it right there. That's right, ain't it?
The Mister is Mister.
Damn surely. My bad, dog.
No, you
Hold
good,
on.
my boy.
it's like
But Big
the
War, you cooking tonight already. You ain't even really cooked yet, but you already starting off on fire.
take the Ark of the Covenant for example. The way they describe it in the Bible and the things that it did and how the precautions they had to
That's
take,
it, Big War.
they had to take safety precautions to carry it around. Even when like Persia stole it and took it away from them, they gave it back. Why? Because the people in that area was getting sickness, boils, this flesh burning, falling off the skin and stuff like that. So what does that sound like to you? It sounds like
No,
radiation
Moses.
poison. Sounds
Yeah,
like radiation poison to me.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, we had exposure
but
here where I am, and they're paying people out for it now. So I lived in one of the zip codes, and I have had a lot of stuff removed because of the exposure. Some of my organs are on the list.
wow.
It's like the
Yeah.
pyramids, for example. We cannot replicate them
Thank you,
today. We do
BW.
not. We don't have the technology to do that. And if you look at all the different types of stones they use to create that, the aquifer that's under the pyramid and all that, it suggests that it is a energy source. And that's how Nikola Tesla based his tower to give free energy to the world, was based off the Egyptian pyramids.
Let me ask
And
y'all
if
another
you,
question. Let me ask y'all a question. Is the earth flat?
Oh, Big War, you trying to get shut down. You try to get shut
Let me see
down.
if I can bring Shaquille up. I don't know if I can still do 5. Hold on. I might not be able to do 5, Shaquille.
Ooh.
Oh, I can do 5.
I
Hey,
think you can do a total of
nah,
6.
the Earth is not flat. Now, there's a lot of things that are true, but unfortunately, the Earth being flat is not one of them.
No, I'm asking. I'm putting it out there on the floor.
I don't think so.
Man.
This is
That,
all about what y'all think. I'm asking. I'm not telling you it's flat. I'm asking you.
right.
Because you got
Well,
3 different viewpoints. You got people that think it's flat, some think
That's
it's
right.
round.
That's
That's
I'm
because
right.
just
they're on flat roads.
So why you saying not flat, Shaquille?
Well, I mean, a lot of the launches I've seen myself, and I was a bit like when I tell you I was a big flat earther, I mean I was a big flat earther. But there's a lot of things that have changed, a lot of technology that has come out especially with CERN. When CERN is the Large Hadron Collider, and what they were doing with the Large Hadron Collider is they were taking molecules and slamming them into each other, not to recreate a Big Bang, but to see what happens if they make them smaller. So what they already found from doing all that is they found the Higgs boson, and then they also found one that was smaller than that, and now they're building it bigger to see what else they could do.
I
But
love this
the
woman, though.
reason, go ahead.
She said God hung the earth on nothing. I mean, think about it.
We floating in the gap. We floating on a big ball out in the
I mean,
cosmos.
what you holding on to?
What I can say, like yesterday, I was trying to use ChatGPT to find information that I already knew, and I was trying to pull it up. I brought up the subject of what the Anunnaki are and the way the Book of Enoch describes that they supposed to seem like extraterrestrials. And instead of ChatGPT giving me information on that, it was trying to rebuke what I was trying to say. So I asked it to generate a picture based on what the Anunnaki talk about and basically what the Book of Enoch talked about, like the chariots in the sky from Enoch, and how Enoch describes the chariot of God. They both look like UFOs, and I said they both look like UFOs for me. Well, you can't necessarily. They were saying.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. HA. Before I come back, I'm gonna let since he just joined us, Shakir, he wanted to come on early, but his mic wasn't acting right, so I want to see what he had on his mind. And then when we come back from talking to Shaquille, which you can hang around as long as you want to, I want y'all to talk about HAARP, HAARP. You heard that?
That's right. That's right.
We'll talk about that next. All right, but you got the floor, Shaquille. What was on your mind?
Weather control.
When you first came up.
Oh, so like there's a lot of interesting stuff there, but so like there was CERN, right, and the Large Hadron Collider. When it comes to the chariots of the gods and everything that they were talking about, now there is Tartaria. Now I don't know if y'all heard about Tartaria, but Tartaria was the civilization before this one. So when they talking about chariots that they seen in the sky, something that does look a lot like UFOs if they go up high enough are airships. So those were airships, like. And when it comes to floating in the galaxy and everything like that, like not like it's true, like Earth really is the only planet that contains life that we know of.
That we know of.
That we know of.
That's right.
But do you really believe out of all the we know about how many we got in our solar system?
Galaxies. I'm talking about millions of galaxies.
A lot.
And you know
millions
out there. You know we can't see that far.
Right.
Now,
but they got a
telescope and go way on out, but it ain't going that far.
Yeah. They got the Webster telescope now.
How far does it go?
To the end of the Milky Way, the end of this galaxy.
So they can see that far.
Yeah. The James Webb telescope.
That's
really?
Well, what's even trippier about that is that there's galaxies and stars that we can't even see yet because they're so far away that the light doesn't reach us.
Right.
Yet the light hasn't reached us yet.
I got a question.
We moving around a lot.
I'm glad you brought up light doesn't reach us. Space is supposed to be dark, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got Earth, all other planets, and all that area in between the space is dark in this background y'all see.
That's right.
Pure darkness.
Yes, sir.
So how I don't want to sound crazy, I really don't know. How does the sun light us up, but it don't light space up?
because this is we're only in the Milky Way galaxy. So according to what galaxy you in, that's the sun is our source of energy.
No,
But
I'm talking about light.
yeah,
We have
it,
daylight here.
right.
So the sun passes through all that darkness, but don't light it up, but light us up.
I think
Yeah.
it do. I think it lighten up
But
as it's
also you gotta recognize when we're lit up, the other side of the earth is in darkness.
it's dark. So it's like
This is what I'm saying. This the sun.
Right.
All right. It's shooting light this way towards y'all. Y'all the earth. Even though you lit up right here, the space in between the sun and you is still dark according to the photos.
You can't believe them photos.
But there has to be.
But if you can't believe the photos, how do we know what's going on as to why? How can the sun shoot light all the way to the earth, but don't light up what's in between the earth and the sun?
Because they did an experiment on this, and what has to happen is something has to be observing it. In space, there ain't nothing to observe it. The only thing that can observe it, the only thing that can observe it is the people living on the earth.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't. That's why it doesn't light up everything else.
Einstein talked more about that, the observer in the experiment.
But we got telescopes, telescopes and shit, so we can't look out there and see. When they show us pictures, it's dark with the telescope.
Think about this. That's
There's
like
no
the dark
particles to light up.
Yeah, like the dark side of the moon. That where Artemis 2, they just sent the astronauts up there, right? Nobody has ever. First of all, they're the first people to be so far away from Earth in history. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to get to the dark side of the moon to take pictures because nobody has ever took the picture from the other side. Nobody has ever been able to, nobody has never been able to observe the other side of the moon.
And so what?
And so Einstein was pretty much saying a experiment can be manipulated through the observer.
We don't need
because to observe the other side, we haven't got to that point yet.
In all these years.
In all these years. The last time they supposedly went to the moon was 1970.
I wonder why.
I have a couple things to say. They're talking about the particles that they observed. They said the particles reacted different when they were observed and when nobody was watching, they changed the pattern when they should have had the same pattern.
Because of the energetic interference.
Also, NASA is known for manipulating pictures or removing certain objects out of their pictures.
But
yeah, they Hollywood. They Hollywood all day long.
Say that again.
You said the particle acted different when somebody was watching and when somebody wasn't.
Yeah.
But at the time that nobody was watching, how do you know the particle did if nobody was watching?
Because they had a camera. They set up the video camera.
Yeah, they had a camera.
They set up.
It's also
like when they walk away from the camera's still rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So they observed it changing when the experimenter left, and when he came back to observe what had happened, that's when they observed, like, hey man, it's like when you're dealing with space and time and atoms, it's like its intelligence knows that it's being observed. That's some weird shit. But that's a fact.
There's an energetic blockage there. There's another frequency there. So
Einstein broke it down for real.
You can read energy. So yeah.
They also say there are also hidden space missions that we had to the moon that is not released to the public, like Apollo 2021 and stuff like that, flights to the moon, and they went to the dark side of the moon. If you look at the conspiracy theories on that, they say that it's a civilization on the dark side of the moon. They also, it leads to saying that the moon is hollow and that they live within the moon. They said
Like a
had
hologram
they
or
hit
satellite.
they the moon they was like the same thing how they know that we have an earthquake on here on the world. They did an impact on the moon and it reverberated for hours like a bell as if it was hollow. And these are all under what they call conspiracy theories, that is not accepted by current science and how we view the world. They label them as that. But if you even looking at that,
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I just erased that comment. But any disrespectful comment from here on out, you're gonna be blocked.
Uh-oh.
Towards me, or any type of disrespect, you're out of here.
First of all, what I like to say to everybody, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind on what they believe in. I'm just saying what we know, what's conspiracy theories, and the possibility of what we don't know. And you can take
How
that
about
all
the
for
hollow
grain.
earth theory?
You can take that all. Yeah, and of
We
course.
don't know a lot of stuff. We don't know nothing.
Exactly. Now I gotta let me get back to you, Mr. Lister. I watched one of your videos where you were showing the photo of the orb. Was it a
Yes,
video
sir.
or a photo?
That was my own personal video, and that's when they that channel in particular, that live, YouTube shut me down.
I watched it.
Yes, sir. You was in the building.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yep. And it won't no strikes or nothing. I took my own personal phone and was showing people what was on my phone, and YouTube shut my live down. I couldn't believe it.
Did
But
they tell
yeah,
you why?
they sent me an email and saying the material didn't meet their guidelines.
Oh, that's
And-
bullshit.
yeah, yep. And they said it, and if I do it again, they'll strike me down for 7 days. And if I continue to do it, they'll take my channel.
How do they now think about this? How do they even find out? Out of all these channels, they knew you had how they know?
I don't know, Big Ward.
You know.
I don't know.
People probably reported it, or they seen previous videos.
I seen people
live
talk about way
streams,
worse stuff.
and
Why would they
they
report it? Why would somebody report that? It ain't nudity.
Right. They
No
watch
profanity,
everybody.
no violence, none of the guidelines. What guideline did you break?
None. They ain't explain it.
No,
What-
it wasn't nudity,
No, it wasn't anybody else's content.
no hate speech,
Nothing.
violence, killing,
No copyright. This
nothing.
nothing.
You ain't violate no, but what you gonna do about it?
I can't do nothing. I gotta play ball, Big Ward.
What did you do, Big Ward, when they shut you down? That was actually in violation of the guidelines. They shut you down a couple of times before, but
No, I ain't never been
did
shut
you
down.
really?
They don't let my video be monetized.
Yeah, they actually shut my live down. We was all on live. I was showing everybody, I was like, yo, look at the orb, look at this shit. And I was showing it, and all of a sudden, man, they froze me out. They shut everything down. But to me, Big Ward, because I still got it on my phone. And what I was showing y'all, there was this big beam of light outside of my house. And when you first look at it, it looks odd because it's so bright. And so I zoomed in on the camera, and man, I can't even tell you what was going on. But the thing, it looked radioactive. I mean, it was going crazy. And it was like, as I was talking to it, because I got to the point where I was just praising God for just the experience on the phone. So I was like, God, I thank you for allowing me to see this. And then as I'm observing it, it started moving. And like we were talking about the experiment and the observer, it seems as if it knew that I was recording it. So it started to do things like hide in the bushes or hide in the trees or hide. And then I seen drones come out of nowhere, circling this thing. And I was on.
If anybody think he lying, he got it on video.
Yep.
And that goes come back to what I was talking about between the Anunnaki and the Enochs. And they said, I was talking about the UFOs, possible UFOs. And they go, well, that's open to interpretation. That's just a belief. I said, no. I said, a UFO is an unidentified flying object. And I said, people of the past describe it the same way people do today in the present. So if that is absurd, and people describe it the exact
Yo, that
same
comment
way,
crazy, bro.
how is it not what they say it is? Now, what if it's true or not?
Oh
You know, I
man,
can't
bro.
really say. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And
Hey,
what
Big
I
War,
did,
you got some people in your channel funny, man. They
But the
crazy, bro.
true though, now they'll let that video be up, but they banned
Yeah.
it.
Yep. That's crazy.
And look,
That's
the reason I laughed so hard when you said, because I have seen an orb before too dancing on my wall. And I
yeah.
thought it was a light outside, but when I looked outside and there was no cars out there, but the light was still over there dancing, I started
That's
talking
crazy.
to it and praying too.
I'm telling
It was like it knew I was
you. Mm-hmm.
talking to it. And
Mm-hmm.
it started dancing around like
Mm-hmm.
a flashing light, and I
I'm
started.
telling you.
Y'all are not the only one that's seen that now.
Yeah.
How long ago was it? Was it a year ago?
A year ago, you on point, Big War. It was a year. It was the day before Christmas. It was the 24th, December 24th.
But it had went on for like a couple of weeks where everybody was
Yes.
reporting seeing this.
I remember. It was all on the internet.
we don't know if those drones are actually extraterrestrial or advanced technology from the government, or possible drones that other countries created, and it can be replicated in America from like countries like China, Iran, and other countries.
All right,
By just buying simple supplies.
I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Shaquille. I'm gonna ask a question. This just to be an opinion based, so you ain't gotta just but just what you think. Cause I'm sure everybody done thought about this before. But why are we here?
Wow.
Take your time. Why are we here? Have you ever asked yourself that?
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you come up with? If it's just I don't know, leave it at that.
That's a hell of a question.
I got you, huh?
Probability.
That's a hell of a question.
Probability. Probability. That's what I'm standing with. Yeah.
And what exactly does that mean? For the people that ain't, why are we here? Probability of what?
Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen will happen.
I'm saying, why do you think mankind exists? That for the creator, whether God created us or a Big Bang or whatever, why are we here?
We came here to create, to invent stuff and have fun doing it, to make evolution. We came here to serve the planet, our creator. We came here to love on one another. And Earth is a school. It's a planet to learn. We have lots of lessons and a soul contract. And we have a spiritual inheritance. We came here
of course.
to evolve.
Of course, but regular animals, that's what I'm getting at, is that regular animals do that too. I mean, if you just look at the production of cells, that's all the production of cells is taking information and sending that information from one thing to another. Molecules do this all the time. It's happening as I'm breathing this air right now.
Yes,
but for me to say that there's something out there that we can't prove that's behind all of it, that's the part that gets me. There's proof for it. If there's proof for it, we gotta find it.
I ask another question then.
It's a personal journey.
Are you atheist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. That's why I came on, because I need to know, and I need to correct myself if I'm wrong. Because with what's happening, of course, like of course I'd take eternal paradise over eternal suffering, but also at the same time, I gotta understand, like, I also know that this is something that they use as a tool to control us in the first place. If this is all we got to make the best of it while we got it. We can't just wait for something to happen to take us into some other life that we can't observe.
So I guess the power that be, use this to control you. They use what to control us?
Religion.
The promise of the afterlife. The promise of the afterlife. Because
they're not using God to control us.
The money
Religion.
matrix.
They're using religion.
Yeah, the idea of God.
religion.
So here's my deal. Because religion is fake and used as a control mechanism, that don't mean God is fake. What if religion don't represent God? And that's why you don't believe in God, because you thought religion was telling you about God, and you know religion full of shit. So now you thinking God ain't real because the weapon they're using against you, you done peeped it out. That's a weapon. That ain't real.
But what
It's
if
a
we are the
personal
gods?
journey.
What if we are the gods?
Well, if
We're
God created us,
demigods.
then we are gods too.
We're demigods. Yeah.
We're not the one that created the universe, but the one that created the universe created us, so we are
Demigods. We are
We are
creators
products
as
of the
well.
Creator.
Yes.
Where's the proof, though?
you created stuff.
I am my own proof. It is a
My
personal
boy
journey.
Shaquille said, "Prove it.
It's a
Prove that shit."
personal journey.
Right
If you don't believe, you're not going to have any extraordinary,
Well,
remarkable, miracle things happen to you.
I like
It's all
Shaquille,
about
Curie.
your
I like Shaquille.
energetic
If we look at,
output.
but that's what I'm saying. If we look at nature, nature loves repetition. And as we know, nature always wins. Because even if you look at towns like Chernobyl, and how nature is just so like, I'm gonna try not to curse, but nature is so good at overcoming things.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Occam's razor. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the best one. That's the simplest explanation. Like, that's just how things work. If things repeat itself enough and it shows that that's what works, that's
And
the
God
proof
is
for it.
nature.
There's no proof for some other higher being that created everything. I mean, we pretty much done a good job creating a lot of things ourselves.
But
And we gotta give ourselves the credit for that.
You're the proof. You the proof.
I can
But that's what I'm
possibly,
saying, though.
I can possibly give an
You said
explanation
we've created much stuff, right?
if I'm
You said we've created
uninterrupted.
stuff.
We are that. We are creators.
We all created. We created. So a man created this, created this, created this. Say for instance,
A man created you.
but check this out. Say your father, your biological father on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'6", 240 pounds. And then we have you, you know, the good possibility you're going to be around 6 something, 242. In other words, you're going to take after your father. So here you are, you're a creator. Guess who you taking after?
Yeah.
Another creator. The one who made you. You inherited his DNA. You inherited his like people that can sing. Whatever your gift is, the good possibility you got from your bloodline.
To create these,
Absolutely.
try to replicate
Your mother, your
creators.
father, like you got kids. I went to school with a guy, his mother ran track, and his father was athletic. Right? So guess what he is?
An athlete.
An athlete. So If I'm a creator, I'm creating content. Whatever you do, Mr. List, every day, Sam and I mean not Sam, Adam. And Andrea and Shaquille, whatever you do every day, you create.
Well, what I would like to
you take it after your father, or you pass down whatever gifts you got. Like if you can sing, there's a great possibility that your son will be able to sing. Probably inheriting your gifts. We inherited the gifts of our creator to be creators.
What I would,
we out here creating too, making stuff out of nothing. This didn't exist. This right here was in somebody's mind before it came out here. Somebody said, "Let there be a cell phone." you get my point?
Yeah, get your point.
Everything you see before you, this computer, this wall, everything, before it was here, it was in somebody's mind, whoever made it. They thought it, the Wright brothers with the airplane, the flying, they thought it up here before it came out here. How did God create the universe? According to the book. He thought it. Then he said, according to the book, he said, "Let there be." But basically, it was him creating something. He building something. He built you. I'm going to ask a question. Hold on.
Cooking tonight, big boy.
See, what the issue is, what happens, I've said this 1,000 times. Nothing creates an atheist more than religion.
Wow. Wow.
If you want to create atheists, introduce them to religion. That's the fastest way to make a human being an atheist. Religion.
Yeah. I didn't learn nothing there either.
Well, what I would like to say is modern science and astronomy have found evidence that there's another planet that is in our solar system that's on a 3,600 year cycle. They call it Planet X. It very much aligns with a Nibiru that's got to do with the Anunnaki. And if you look at the text of the Sumerian text and how they talk about the Anunnaki, they said that we were created, and designed to mine gold. And what did the Anunnaki needed gold for? To repair their atmosphere of the planet, because it was a dying planet.
Let me ask you a question.
And on that, well, let me finish, because we don't get back to what I'm talking about when I usually say something. With that being on the cycle, it's only so many years that they can actually fly here to transport stuff. And the last time every time that planet gets close enough to us, it usually involves catastrophic events, which might explain the Younger Dryas, the Great Flood.
They got it in the Emerald tablets. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, Shaquille, what is your belief system that how we end up here then, if it wasn't God?
Well, because I like what was on there just before. It just said if the creator has no DNA, how were we created? And like I said, that's because nature loves repetition.
That's right.
And nature will tend to create things that work best for the environment it's living in. So how DNA started is once you started getting single cell organisms, that's all it is one little piece of DNA. And as that thing starts to evolve, the strand gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But DNA DNA is nothing but minerals. It's nothing but minerals all packed together.
Yeah.
It doesn't like why
Created
does the
from
creator
dirt,
have to be
created from
something
clay.
conscious? That's where I'm getting at. Maybe there is a creator, but that creator doesn't have to be conscious and all powerful. It could be something simple.
Yep. But once you look at the molecular structure of DNA, especially when we're talking about the original Asiatic man, you'll find that there are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's the base for carbon, right? But carbon isn't an earthly element.
Unless you look at silicon. There's also
That's
silicon-based life forms, which have actually
right,
recently been discovered.
right, right. But in origin, we're talking about maybe 3 or 4% compared to the 96 or 97% of carbon is from the cosmos. It's
So you
from
think?
space.
So you
It's
think
from space.
we're here as a result of evolution?
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
believe.
So
yeah,
what did we evolve from?
carbon.
Carbon.
Yeah,
Well,
we're made up of
Yeah,
carbon.
carbon.
like cavemen back in the ancient times.
So
and
basically,
stuff like
that's the material we're made of.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
The
Which is
material.
not which is not of earth. Which is not of earth.
I'm gonna go somewhere.
Talk about caveman times back in the day.
You just
took
named what we made of.
It takes
That
millions.
don't
It took
count what made us out of that.
Yeah, but it could show us an example of whoever made us won't thinking about making us from this planet or the elements of this planet that we live on. What we're made up of, the primary source is not of this planet. It's out.
So,
It exists outside this planet, in space,
Mhm.
particularly stardust.
so
If
somebody
you
who don't live here.
right,
how many other
Now,
species?
where
We
in the
come
Bible
from
or where
star
in the text where it
systems.
says God lives here?
It's not a living being. It doesn't have to be a living being, though. Carbon is just a mineral. Carbon is just
Mhm.
another element. It's an element, and that's where I'm getting at. It doesn't have to be a conscious decision. Like there's meteors and
So,
all types of stuff that's hitting us every day.
so
Every
something
single
dead
day, we're
create
being
life.
introduced to new elements.
So you can get life out of something dead.
Well,
Yeah.
what I would like to say is both science and religion agree that we are what we call the Goldilocks planet. And what do I mean by
Mhm.
that? They say too many things are perfect for it to just be coincidence for, like, for example, the Big Bang Theory. So that's why they saying there's a existence beyond the Big Bang Theory.
Mhm.
Now,
Come on,
would
man.
you call that? It's hard to say because our purpose and what was known of the world has been lost through time. All we have is bits and fragments of it, and what we try to do is fill in the gaps the best we can.
Let me ask you a thing. Hold on, y'all listen to this.
Uh,
How many cells in the human body?
Uh-oh.
Around 30 to 30 trillion cells.
Come on.
Adult males have about 36 trillion, while adult
God,
females have
dog.
around 28 trillion. Red blood cells make up the majority, about 90% of the total. And a 10-year-old child has roughly 17 trillion cells.
Damn.
Let me ask you one more time. How many cells in the human body? How many cells are in the human body?
The human body contains roughly 30 to 37 trillion cells. Recent
Damn.
estimates suggest around 36 trillion in adult males and 28 trillion in adult females, with about 17 trillion in a 10-year-old child.
You think that's just a coincidence?
Hell no.
Yes.
I can't.
That
Ain't nothing I
is
can tell you.
divine design.
You think that's a coincidence?
I don't think it's I don't think it's just probability. I think it's possibility versus probability.
Intricate.
Meaning two
How
things
many
can be
galaxies
true
are
at the
there?
same time. And I was talking about this yesterday,
There are
how we're able
galaxies in the
to
observable universe, which
simultaneously
travel
live in a
through the
spiritual
galaxy.
world and still participate in this physical world at the same time.
Let me ask, listen to
Your
this.
soul first. You are
Listen to
soul
this.
first.
How many galaxies are there?
Millions.
Billions.
Trillion.
Estimated 2 to 3
There's
trillion galaxies in the observable universe, a much larger number than the previous estimates of 100 to 200 billion. Modern telescopes and data reveal many more, including faint and distant ones, which require mathematical modeling to count.
It's a trillion.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Those are only the ones that we can observe. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more than we can even imagine. And that's the other point that I get to. Who are we to say that this isn't the spiritual world?
Which leads me back to what I was telling you about
Everything
carbon.
is
What
spiritual.
we are made of, what we're made of is not of this planet. It's
Well,
science.
Soul
It's
went
science.
into
Yeah.
that vessel. Your soul is first. Your soul went into that vessel. So,
How long
Yeah.
have human beings been around?
I don't know.
Hold
Say
on.
that again?
How long? How long have human beings lived on Earth?
Shoot. Few
Oh,
thousand years.
We are young. We are
Have been on
so
60,
young.
maybe 60,000, 70,000.
However, the broader human lineage started over 2 million years ago.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
2
So you
million
talking
years.
about like the
Also,
Neanderthal.
also,
Hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. So you saying it's evolution, but it's over how many million? Did you say 2
2
trillion?
million.
2 million years.
So
Mm-hmm.
they must be talking about Lucy.
So when are we going to evolve? We still humans.
The modern humans that are like you and me, we've only been around for 300,000. But humans as a species in total, if you count all the subspecies and all that, it's 2 million.
So let me ask you again. If none of us was there 300,000 years ago, how do we know it ain't longer than that?
Wow. It's a good question.
How did they come up to 300,000? They just made up. They just get probably 300,000. What kind of talent that is showing that?
Like they did
Archaeology.
anything else.
Archaeology, the same way how we know about the dinosaurs.
So you think they found every DNA, everything that for every human being ever lived?
Absolutely not. We're discovering new shit every day.
Okay. So how are they going to definitively say 300,000 years?
That's all the proof we have for now.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So in the realm of possibility, could it be longer than 300,000?
Of course.
Possibly can.
300,000.
Of course, but a car doesn't work. A car doesn't work off of guesses. A car works off of things that we can already know and prove.
So how did they prove 300,000 years exact? It was exactly 300,000 years according. We got exact proof.
Many ancient civilizations talks about advanced civilizations that were millions of years before us. But in today's society, they say that it is myth. It is theory. It's their religion. But what the key point is, you got civilizations that are not supposed to have contact with each other, but yet share very similar
I like
stories.
that divine chakras. I like that what you just said.
Even like in the fall of Babylon, before the fall of Babylon, you had people that are in the Bible that lived up to almost 1,000 years. Take Noah for example. He was like 900 years old or a little bit older than that.
Yeah.
And
Methuselah.
then the fall of Babylon, it says that we were changed to live a maximum lifespan of up to 120 years. What has to change to do that? DNA manipulation.
Well, you still can if you live off the land. Your longevity is guaranteed. There's the code that you can unlock to live
You go.
long.
Do you know anybody that has done that?
In other places, I have, and look, in other places, I have seen people that were on islands and stuff. And I don't remember, but I showed my son when I saw it. I saw a lady that was 120 years old. And yes, it is a place. And I don't remember because I was just overjoyed when I saw it because I've been getting the messages. Okay. And then I just happened to run across something on YouTube that said people was living to be up to 130 years old. They had somebody that lived there before. And I don't remember where it was. So don't
There's a
even
few.
I don't doubt that because you got people around here 105, 110.
Right.
They said if we live right and take care of our frequency and our vibration, and we pick on those self-healing codes, we could live up to 200 years.
But then that means there would be people that are already 200 years old, but we don't have nobody that's 200 years old.
We don't that I know of, but they say, I don't know about what that Bible say. I heard people was living 400 and 500 and 700 and 800 years in the Bible. I don't know because I ain't read it, but that's what I heard. I don't.
But what I currently said aligns with what's currently happening today, up to 120 years. There are a few cases of 130 years, but how many people you know that have lived up to almost 1,000 years?
I don't know them people.
Before the fall of Babylon. Nobody's seen that. And if you look in the Antarctic text, they have a king's list, and some of them are 40, 50,000 years of rule. Some of them are hundreds of thousands of years of rule. So that's supposedly the creators, the beings that came from the sky. Now, whether it's true or not, all I can say is a lot of civilizations throughout the world with no contact with each other share similar stories.
Hey, Big Ward. Well, let me ask you that question, Big Ward. Why are we here? We've got to flip the question on you now.
All right, I'm gonna give you my view, but
let me see. BK Brown said the devil is the father of all lies. That's what the Bible says.
Baby, what you saying? We the devil.
Oh,
who said I ain't lying? I ain't told no lies, so that's not referring to me.
I'm guessing that's what it means because we up here talking about other stuff other than everything the Bible says is true.
That ain't what that means.
I don't know. I'm just you know how people, when you say something against what the Bible's saying, they call you the devil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, according to the Bible, mankind was given dominion over the earth. So what does that say? It's not God's fault that we screwed up.
And mankind did all this damage.
Also, according to the Bible, though, God is the most selfish thing that we could ever possibly think of.
What?
Oh, if you look at Old Testament,
Old Testament.
I ain't looked at none of them.
Oh,
God said, "I'm a jealous God. Don't put no other God before me."
Mm-hmm. And we still
worship idols.
And we got Jewish people that still celebrate Passover. Now, what's Passover? Passover is the celebration of Egyptian genocide.
That leads to a question. If God is a perfect being, why did he need to change from the Old Testament to the New Testament?
Y'all know that's man did all that stuff. Don't put that on God. Y'all know
look,
that.
y'all gonna be called the devil for real. Y'all need to chill out.
What you have to say,
what
you have to understand is in the Bible, nowhere did Jesus say create a religion after him. He did say, promote these teachings, go out in the world and teach the world what I told you. But he never said create a religion after him. Religion was created by man to worship, whether it's a creator or extraterrestrial.
I think Christianity is created by man.
Yeah, Cause I always think about Jesus's crash out at the temple when he saw the
Yeah.
Jewish people selling at the
Selling
temple. People
shit.
don't
Flipped
bring up
over them
this story.
tables.
They
Flipping
say
over
he was a
tables.
peaceful person, but he started flipping tables and all sorts of
Yeah.
shit.
Cuss their ass out. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
when you
Well,
understand that the religion, most of the religions during that time, and I'm talking about Buddha too, and I'm talking about Allah, and all of
Mm-hmm.
these religions came out in the East. So the idea of serving only one God, monotheism, all of that shit came out the same time in the same region.
We
Now,
have
you ask me, why do I think we're here?
Yes, sir.
I got two theories. One, if we were put here to do just what we're doing, work, slave, we somebody's
no.
slave. And my other theory is entertainment.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Game theory.
Now the entertaining part, I'll say that
I
is
hear you, big boy.
true.
Now,
I
now
hear you.
let me go a little further. I believe that's my other theory, that we're somebody's entertainment.
That's game
Somebody,
theory.
well,
what are we like? What is this right now?
what I have to s-
Entertainment.
what I
Entertainment.
have to say
I call it edutainment.
Not
what I have to
just
say.
not just what we talk about right now, but when we watch TV, we watch a
Yeah.
movie, when we go to
Yeah.
a boxing match, when we watch a
Yeah.
football game, we're being
Yeah.
entertained.
Yeah. It's a dopamine.
So
The
we
take.
like to be entertained.
That's right.
So who's to say
There
whoever made us don't like to be entertained too? We taking after our
Ooh.
creator.
Ooh.
I am. I got all this from my creator.
So could it be the same way you'll go crazy without entertainment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do for fun, whether we were little go outside and play. We got to have some type of entertainment. So
It's joy.
if we were created in his image, could it be possible he needed entertainment too?
It's
So
joy.
he
It
watching
brings
us
you
the way
joy.
we watching YouTube.
Let me
I
ask you
had
another. Let me give you another example. We don't live forever. We're not on this plane.
Right.
This body ain't gonna live forever.
Right.
But what if, say, put yourself in God's shoes. You God. You never was born and you'll never die. God, they say he always is and always was. Just
Right.
exists. God
Right.
just existed. The universe just always was. He wasn't born, don't have a mom or dad, whatever. So now you'll never die. And here you are with nothing to do. Nobody.
Yeah, but just change the word God with energy.
Yeah. Okay.
Replace the word God with energy. Energy can't be created nor
Image
destroyed.
or
It can only
destroyed.
be changed.
Transferred from one party to the next. That's
Transformed,
right.
transmuted, transferred.
But
Yeah.
this is my phone is on the charge.
Yes, sir.
The energy that's getting to this phone is coming from a source.
Come on, brother. Break it down.
they have
A
like little
toxic
platforms
force.
now that you can sit down near your phone where it's not attached to the phone, but yet it transfers energy to recharge your phone. They have that technology now.
Right.
It's toxic.
But my
But
point is,
without
But
yeah,
his point was it all comes from a source.
it's a source. The energy, we know where the energy coming from
Right.
for this phone.
well,
Because
there,
man found a way to
Harness
control
it.
To harness it.
to
Yeah.
harness the energy. But even if we didn't find a way, the energy was here before we figured out how to do this.
It's
Mhm.
in the earth.
It was
It's
always
in
here.
the earth.
It didn't just come around when we figured out how to plug into a wall. The energy was already here. We just tapped into it.
Exactly. It comes from the earth.
But before the earth was here,
Uh,
energy was
well,
here.
Come on now.
there's
Come on
several
now.
things I would like
It
to
was
say.
always energy, though. Even
Okay.
before it's everything, energy, sound, frequencies. That was That's first.
So when they come up with that theory about everlasting life, that when you die, you're gonna have everlasting life. That's because energy never dies.
That's right.
Well, it's going to give
Speaking of
possible
microscopes,
solutions to your questions.
speaking of microscopes, you know they got microscopes powerful enough to put on your skin. You can see the atoms moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one.
Absolutely.
You can see the energy moving on your. If you look at your hand.
Yes,
It
sir.
was gross too. Yeah, but yeah, we have one.
You saw it?
We have one. Yeah.
Where?
I bought my son one when he was young, and it goes down to it almost looked like a bug or something. Okay, once you look at it so close, and it's your skin. Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
You got microorganisms that look like bugs and stuff like that you cannot see with the naked eye.
Oh yeah,
Right.
parasites.
What I want to get at is all old civilizations says that we were created to work for the Creator.
That's right.
Now,
That's
now
right.
if you want to get into the other thing that before
that's all we doing
about.
That's all we doing.
Before was talking
We
about.
are human beings. We are supposed to be being at some
And look,
point.
and this is what we create.
Mankind put you on the clock. Mankind put you on this clock.
The second part saying that we were here for entertainment, that's probably partly true. If you look at the conspiracy theory about draconians, which are the lizard people,
that's right.
They are supposed to live in the hollow moon theory. They're supposed to live on that, and there's like little spiritual stations. And they say what they do is the draconians feeds off our misery. That is their substance. That's what gives them energy and create like that. So the entertainment part is to help keep us distracted from our misery. They say that the stations or they got there is this a station where our spirit goes back to and is recycled through reincarnation. Now, talking about the Ethiopian Bible, for example, they say there are
Big Bang
in heaven. In heaven, there are multiple planes of existence, and if you go through life and you pass away and you're not ready for the next assistance, if you're ready for ascension. You move on through ascension, and there are different planes to that. If you're not ready, you're reincarnated and cycle within the world until you are.
Now you're talking about the multiverse,
and that's what the Ethiopian Bible says.
And you gotta do a lot.
Modern Christianity, including the Catholic Church, the Vatican, omitted a lot of the books that were in the Ethiopian Bible. That is also supported by the Dead Sea Scrolls.
All right.
But we also need to take into account of how we're constantly judging things and throwing labels on things. Because one of the things you said is how with that hollow moon theory and those things like that, there's beings that feed off our negative energy. And I got a foolproof plan on how to avoid that. And by doing that, we stop labeling things. There is no good and bad. That is just a perspective that we put on things. Just because
karma.
one thing, just because there's death isn't a bad thing, especially when you look at how much the environment needs things to die just to keep thriving.
Yeah, but there is.
You remember something I was going to say earlier. All right, in the Bible, in the beginning, before Adam and Eve ate the apple, supposedly, before then, we wasn't going to die.
Right.
So what if it would have stayed like that where we don't die?
That is a great question.
So, hold on. Now think if nobody that ever was born ever died. It wouldn't be enough room on the planet.
No.
We're in 2026 right now. We have millions, if not millions of people die every year.
Mm.
Out with the old, in with the new.
That's right.
But what if the old never went away? It wasn't
It
no
would,
old. From the time Adam and Eve got here, everybody that was ever born is still living.
I have a
You live
theory
in
on that. I have a theory on that.
What's your
And
theory?
now one of the things that I do believe, and this is a belief, this isn't fact, there's no proof for it, but I do believe in reincarnation. And the reason I believe in reincarnation is, let's say I died, right? Let's say I live in Arizona. So let's say I went out into the middle of the desert and I died. So my body is going to decompose into the ground. Now, from my body decomposing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of soil there where a cactus can grow. So along with my brain matter, where my consciousness is, a bird is going to eat that. A bird is going to eat that cactus that grew from my dead body. Now that bird, once that bird has kids, one of those birds is going to be my consciousness.
Who knows? I can't say.
but then
Well,
you have to
I
understand,
can't
like when
see.
you break down the molecular structure of us, at the end of the day, we all result to fungus and bacteria.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
well,
All
So
working together. All working together.
there you go. There you
they
Separately.
go.
done they
Separately.
done
There you
experience.
go. There you
They
go.
done experiences when you finally leave this world, and what they did is they was weighing the body, before and after death. People that were on the last leg, and what they found out is when people pass away, that it's like I think if I'm saying it correctly, it's 1.3 grams that person's
Lighter.
body
That's right.
is lighter, and they refer to that as our souls that leaves our body, the energy, and it goes out throughout the world where it transcends or it's recycled through the world. It mainly depends on whether you're ready to ascend or
Yeah.
not.
Cause that's like with me, and I ain't gonna say too much, but that's to me. I ain't gonna say it's foolproof, but if there was a way not to die, I think I figured it out, and it's through leaving bacteria and fungus behind.
They found, like in the oceans, they then found ancient meteorites that hit the earth that actually contain organisms from outside, from space, that are dormant and can withstand
This is why
the
justice is balanced
catastrophe,
via scales of meat. Wow.
Mott.
resist
That's what I love
Yeah.
about
catastrophes,
it.
Which
and
is the
can
ancient
be
Egyptians,
and
Maya.
can be reawakened.
We know
Weighing
more
the heart,
about
weighing the heart against the feather. That's
we
right.
we we know
GG.
more about space than we do our own oceans. And that's what gets me. I think the answer is there, but we're just looking in the wrong place.
Oh, they looking in the right place, but they won't let us know that they looking in the water as well.
I say
They'll keep us looking up, but meanwhile they looking down.
Yep.
I say our truths lie
Underworld.
within the oceans, within the undiscovered jungles that we haven't looked, the deserts, and even in Antarctica. They said
That
As
because they
above,
say
so below.
underworld.
they said
That's it, brother.
Antarctica in the past was a habitable place. It was a warm environment. It had life. It had creations. It's under like miles and miles of ice sheets that are covering Antarctica. They
Yeah,
actually found evidence of that. And if
but
you look at some of
they
the,
got the hell up out of there. Project Bluebeam, Project Black Book.
if
We
you look
went.
at the, if you look at the older world maps, they show Antarctica not covered in ice, but a
Yeah,
habitable place that you could live. And when they done the research, they found out that many thousands of years ago that Antarctica was habitable, and it most likely
it still
supported
is.
a civilization.
But we can't go there. The government cannot
Yeah.
has stopped us and permitted us from exploring Antarctica. You only could go so far.
You can
Mm-hmm.
visit. You can visit certain places in Antarctica, but you gotta have a
That's what I
special
said. They don't
you
they
got,
permit you. You can't go but so far.
you gotta have a special permit to do that, and it's
Exactly.
mostly related to people that are scientists, geologists,
They
people
end
who
up
study that
Yes,
stuff
I
like that.
they end
I
up
have a
Yeah.
deleted.
buddy. I have a buddy who does work on all the machines that they use. He does. He's a
Carbon
mechanic for the
dating.
heavy machinery. So he spends 6 months there and 6 months back in the regular world.
Right.
But unfortunately, of course, he has to sign a fucking thing that says if he talks about anything that he sees there,
Yeah. He's out of a job.
it's a wrap.
And luckily they won't take his life.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why you think I list things as conspiracy theories? So I don't get on the live.
I hear you.
They
I hear you.
also there's evidence that is not that modern science and society refutes, but they said they found a black pyramid in the Antarctica that's even bigger than any of the pyramids that we know of. And what is the purpose of it? To produce energy.
And which goes back to me what Big War was talking about the entertainment aspect. It's like, and I think it's just natural just to know that everything pretty much is cause and effect. Everything we
Yeah,
do
and
is
I
literally cause and effect, and there's no escaping that. For every action, there's an equal and
Equal and
opposite
opposite
reaction.
reaction.
That's just how the world works.
if you go through religion and God, God is supposed to be the all knowing, all powerful thing. He knows the past, present, and the future. He already knew that Lucifer, the moon and star, was going to turn against him and become Satan. He already knew what was going to happen in the Garden of Eden. He knew what was going to happen after the Great Flood. So why would he create that when he knew all the problems that existed? I believe it was because he wanted opposition for entertainment from getting bored.
On human. That's right. And the human.
Somebody video.
Somebody going in talking about humans, something.
So I'm trying to
That's
find a video.
big
I'm trying to
bored.
find the video I was looking at earlier. Get the right.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. You said about the what, Big War?
I was looking at a video from Geno Jennings earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about how, you know, how people say Jesus was God or as a man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Geno Jennings said that ain't true as far as God was never a man.
Wow.
But
that's something I don't know.
That's
and
a
that
big
Jesus,
that's a big misconception because it even says in the Bible that Jesus and God are two separate things.
right,
When Jesus was about to be crucified, the night before that, he begged and he cried to God. He was like, "Please, God,
In
why?
the
Why do
Garden
I
of
have to
Gethsemane.
die? Let
Yeah, take
anything
this cup
happen but
from
me
me. That's
dying."
right. That's right. In the Garden of Gethsemane.
Mm-hmm.
He prayed to God and said, God, release this cup from me. Meaning that I don't want to do this shit no more.
I don't know that.
If I'm being truly honest, I really am just a atheist out of spite.
Uh-oh. Big War said you were.
I'm an atheist out of spite.
You said you were.
I, I don't vibe with that.
Yeah. I think
I don't know about
think
this.
two things can be true at the same time, honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely,
I
Ken.
really do.
Well,
I really think one thing doesn't discredit the next thing. I think
Exactly.
they need to work simultaneously together.
you
Yeah,
can
like
this
the
is right here.
ecosystem.
Check this out.
That's where you preachers made a mistake. That's right. You said that God was
Oh
God in man.
shit. That's
Right.
Pastor Jennings. That's Pastor Jennings.
God is not a man.
Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
Where you preachers made a mistake. That's right. You said that God was God and man. Right. God said he's not a man. God is not a man. That he should lie. Neither the son of man. That he should repent. That he should repent. But he put his name on human. That's right. And the human represents the divine. Mm-hmm. The moment you said God was a man, amen, you made Mary his mother. That's right. And then you give God a birthday. Yes. God don't have a birthday. Oh, no. God never was born. That's right. That's birthday you can be forgiven for if you blaspheme against it. Yeah. That was born. That was born. So what Jesus was preaching was two natures. That's right. That's right.
And I said two things can be true at the same time.
He had. How long did he have? That's right. But then he said, so has he given to the Son to have life. That's right.
I have two things to say.
I'm glad you played that, Big Ward. That's deep.
Two things can be true at the same time. Just put on the floor the number 6. One is at one end and the other person's at the other end. One person will look at it and see it as 6 for what it actually is. But if you take the 6 and flip it over, what does it look like? The number 9.
It's Schrodinger's cat.
And talking about God, was he actually man? No, because he was created without a man and a woman coming together to create a baby. He was created outside of that. And if you look back in the book of Enoch and other things like that, the same thing happened with Noah. Noah went of the great floods. So there are beings that are created outside of what we comprehend.
Well,
I don't know.
According to the Bible and ancient texts.
That video you played, Big Ward, is paramount because a lot of people can't rock with that. They can't conceptualize that God wasn't a man. They don't. It disturbs their spirit and their indoctrination, right?
Well, he also said that Jesus existed before he came to earth.
That's right. That's right. Like I said, Big Ward, let us make man in our own image. What does that mean? When we're talking about Genesis, when he was making man, and he said, "Let us make man in our own image." What was he? Who is us?
Concept.
We talked about Ray Hagan last night, right?
Yes, sir.
And he said, like people are sitting when he said Jesus ain't coming back. And he went to the scripture and showed where the stuff Jesus was saying, they asked, how shall we know when you're going to return? And he said, in your lifetime, you will see these things and then I'll return.
Right.
So now Ray Hagan said, when Jesus said, you got to put it in context, when he said, in your lifetime, who was he talking to? Jesus told the disciples that in your lifetime that he was coming back.
Yep.
He wasn't talking about us.
He's talking to his helpers.
He was talking to them.
To his helpers.
Right. So
his
he told
disciples
them
of Christ.
He'll be back.
Okay.
So they ain't here no more.
But there are new disciples. It's like the people that are doing the work on the ground.
You said you ain't ready, so hold on now.
I'm just saying there are called light workers now, people that do the work that needs to be done. I don't know about the Bible. I'm just calling them I'm just saying they're the same. The modern day disciples, I guess.
But Jesus ain't told none of us that.
The modern day people pray to God for a lot of problems that can actually resolve themselves.
Probably.
That's where it goes. That's where I get because I did want to answer somebody that was in the chat. She said, what's with why would you have the spite, Shaq? And that's where my spite comes from. I can't respect a father that would kill their own child. For any reason. For any reason.
How long you been
don't
watching me?
know.
How long you been following this channel, Shaq?
Since the war started.
Okay. You haven't been around that long. So you haven't been around that long, so you don't know my stance that I don't believe in most of the Bible either, as far as literal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting to see now that it may be true, but not in a way like literally true. As
Right.
in, like for instance, the God of the Bible, he loved the smell of burning flesh.
What?
They used to have to have burnt offerings.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
right.
What sense that make? What you mean to tell me God like the smell of a burning cow?
Who told y'all? Well, burning cow is me.
Sweetie.
The Bible told us
It's
that.
in the Bible.
It's
That's
in the
right.
Bible.
Sure
I have a
is.
question. I have a question
It
for
is.
everybody.
That's what Jesus was sent for. He became the ultimate sacrifice, so they wouldn't have to sacrifice animals.
That's right.
So once upon a time, according to the Bible, they had to sacrifice their best goat or their best cow.
That's right.
Cut
Mm-hmm.
them
That's
open, let
right.
it bleed or whatever, and God liked the smell of blood.
That's right.
I have a question. How many people on this panel have children? I don't have any children, for example. I
I
know
don't have
Gabor
any
has a
kids.
child.
I
Well,
don't have no
as a
kids.
parent, were you a man or a woman? Say you have two children. One, you have to make a choice between them. One goes to heaven and one goes to hell. You don't have no other option or choice. That's what you have to decide on as the father, the creator. Okay? So why doesn't God just don't give out instant justice according to religion? He loves all people. So what he's trying to do is give them a chance to change and go through his teachings, and now he wants them to walk according to his vision. Now the problem with that is you got religion that has construed it. We don't really know what's true or not anymore. You look at Christianity, for example. Who was that created by? Who was that actually created by?
I don't know.
The Romans. And what did it evolve into? The Roman Catholic Church. And what is that all based on? It's all based on worship, control, and giving
Well, let me ask you
contributions
this, not
to
to
it.
cut you off. Since they gave us Christianity, what did the Romans really believe? Because they created it and gave us Christianity. But now we're talking about the Knights Templar, which is the Roman Catholics army who started the Crusades on the world to convert people who believed in other gods into Christianity. So my question to you is, what did they believe and what did they worship?
The Templars.
Yeah,
If
which
you
is
if you
which is
if you
which is the Catholic who pushed the Catholic agenda to the world through the
well, actually, the Templars didn't really push the current knowledge of Catholic. They believed that there was more to it.
no, but they are charged for converting the world to Christianity through
No,
through the Crusades, the Crusades.
they was charged and executed for paganism
Thank you.
through the
Mm-hmm.
French Conquest.
Thank you.
Yep.
So what I'm
Now,
telling you is they gave us monotheism, which is the worship of one God, but paganism is the worship of many gods.
and
And
that's
that's what they were on.
Temple, yes. And if you watch the modern day Templars, they talk about there's more than one ark, which coincides to the little small
Yeah,
caskets. I'm not sure what you call them. That
I hear
it's
you.
the perfect
Yeah,
size to
yeah,
house the Ark of the Covenant, which is
right.
what they
But my
consider our
point,
power
but my
source.
point
There was
is
actually 6
how they
arcs
give us
found.
one thing, and on the back end they own something completely different.
Mm-hmm. They had Roman mythology.
Does
They
does does the
also
Bible say jealousy is a
the,
sin?
Huh?
Is jealousy a sin according to the Bible?
Well,
in
God is a jealous God.
Yep.
That's
in the
where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. God is a jealous God.
If
What
jealousy
did
is
you
sin in the
see?
Bible,
when the 10 Commandments were created,
When?
It
Hold on,
wasn't
hold on.
committed. Do it. It wasn't created for do as I do. It was do as I tell you.
Different from God's protective love, which is considered righteous.
Hold on. Is jealousy a sin in the Bible?
Yes, the Bible views human jealousy as a sin, a work of the flesh.
They had to throw human jealousy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see where I'm going, right?
I saw it. I see you, brother.
Jealousy
I see
is a sin.
But only when humans do it.
Right, but God can be jealous.
Right. You know that's some bullshit.
And even though God can't sin, he can be jealous.
But we're a reflection of God. But when we reflect jealousy, it's something wrong. Man, I can't deal with it, man. That's some bullshit.
See what I'm
And the
saying?
funny thing about jealousy,
They're not really speaking for God. That's Bible stuff.
That's right.
Religion.
That's right.
I think religion is just man's attempt to explain God.
It is. It is. It is.
But I don't think it's true.
No.
But it's to not. It explains God to a certain sense to their agenda. Christianity, religion, especially like Catholic Divine Church, is more about control and making money, and they do that through the fear of people going to hell.
Hell is right here, right
He
now.
said that because people were
And
practicing and worshiping idols.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's parts of the Bible that's not true.
but does anybody know why humans developed jealousy in the first place? It's a survival trait.
Is it?
It's a survival trait.
Survival of the fittest type.
Yup. So imagine you're living in a time with no technology and you're in the forest and you have to survive, right? And you see your homeboy, you're like, fuck, how is he so good at building a fire? Why is he so good at hunting?
Well,
So we developed jealousy so that we could be like, all right, let me learn what he's doing and how he's doing it. That way I can learn how to do it better. And then that way I have a better chance of survival.
Really? You can just.
That's just great. That's proven. That's proven. That's scientifically proven.
The person and y'all can team up and y'all can help one another. So you just jealous of somebody.
Big war crazy.
That's scientifically proven.
The gifts that they have or the knowledge that they have, that's crazy.
It took millions of years to develop the spear for hunting.
That's ego.
Millions of years to understand how to create fire.
It has
after that, something changed within us, whether it was DNA manipulation or brains becoming bigger or however you want to word it. After that, in that short amount of time, we dramatically improved our technology and how the way we live. So what actually changed that?
Oh, let me ask
technology
is God jealous or is God not jealous? That's what I want to know.
People declining.
I
gotta go. It's 11 o'clock. That's what I just looked over there. Hold up, this ain't the weekend.
Okay.
So I got
breakfast for me.
I want to leave on this note to where we can carry over.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So good night.
Part 3.
You gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here.
Good night.
For sure. Good night.
Good night, guys.
But hold on, before we go, I just